up, guys? Thank you for joining us back here. Going to the Mid-Delta Regional Airport, which used to be the former Greenville Air Force Base back in the 1940s time period. It was a training center for the Air Force pilots back then. The United States Army Air Corps Site Selection Board picked Greenville at that time as a training center for the Second Aviation Initiative at that time. Also, one quick fact, my dad was also in the Air Force around in that same time period. No, I take that lie back. In the 1960s. I had to keep my facts right. I said no, because he was in school at that time. So he had just completed, that's a picture of him. Just when he finished school around in the 1960s. So he went and got enlisted into the Air Force Base. I believe he was in San Diego at the time, and he got sent to Alaska. That's where he started when he got, signed up. They sent him to Alaska at Emmendorf, which I think is in Anchorage, Alaska. I had to think about that for a minute there, because I normally don't talk about the history of that. Matter of fact, this is really my very first time you see one of these one of those old planes there now. That was one of them. They had many aircraft they tested out there, but that's just one of them that they was able to get, and they mounted it up there for the Greenville Air Force Base Museum that's out there at the airport on the second floor. I believe it's in where the dining area is at. I think they still eat there. I'm not sure. 'Cause like I say, I hadn't been there in years. It's probably the first time in maybe 10 or 13 some years or so since I've been out there. So everything's kind of a shock. It's a little bit more quieter than it has been out there since that time. I don't think there's not sure which industries are out there now, but yeah, I'm not sure at all now though, but that'll be interesting though. I wouldn't mind coming back, doing a drive through around the full area, or as many accessible areas that are accessible to the public to drive. So I know some of these areas is restricted off, but it was pretty quiet out this day when I come out to film. Yeah, it's pretty quiet. One thing coming in, you still see some of the barracks out. There's still a couple of them out there, especially just before you get to the before you go through the entrance there, that little house, and you seen off to the side when it started off that some of them old barracks being used as apartment buildings and stuff. A lot of them is located in the city of Greenville. They actually moved those to the city, sold them. They was pretty cheap when they sold them off. I think it was as low as $500, I think, something like that. And then the bigger buildings sold for like $1,000, single story. I think. Calling up in my head because I had some papers a long time ago on that. all that information, because it was just a shock to me. Because I really didn't have clue to just how big this thing was out there, and I sort of wish they would really embrace that each year about the airport. Reflect on what they had going, and could establish more though. But the way things going, they're closing down so much stuff now. A lot of flying towers closed down, control towers closed down over in 2012 and 13. I know that for sure. I know Greenville was one before that closed. A lot of the calls are made from Memphis airport was landing and taking off and stuff. But anyway, guys, we're going to definitely be visiting back here for a little bit more drive around the area and whatnot. But just had to take that quick ride, guys. Reflect on some of these memories there. I was just thinking about it. It was kind of tough doing this story. I hope you liked it. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to the channel.